Hello, and we are EOT, and this is a Guristas Forlorn Hideaway. These can be found pretty much everywhere within high security space, and essentially here we've got a 48-kilometer range, so we can simply orbit at anywhere from 25 to 30 kilometers. This particular setup is been designed for doing electronic filaments and high security sites. We're going to have to pull in a bit further, I think, because we're not quite getting what we need there. So with the Forlorn, best thing to do is maintain your afterburner on and move within range of as many of these as possible, and simply zap them from far away. And the Forlorns are more likely to spawn cruisers as well as frigates, so be on the lookout for that as well. The tank on this is not designed for up close brawling. It's really not. It is simply designed for straight up longer range fighting. However, that being said, with the setup that's on here, plus the character skills being used on the video, it actually has an ability to inflict maximum damage at close range as well. So anything under 10 kilometers will get absolutely destroyed. As you can see, it's essentially clearing up at this point and waiting for the next wave to come in once this one goes down. So the second wave is in. You can see the cruiser is there now. So what you need to do here is essentially run this, take out the frigates first whilst leaving the cruiser till last. The cruiser's damage, if it locks and does shoot at you, will not be that much. It will be a simple bash here and there. Moving at speed, the lower level NPCs within the game itself, especially in high security anomalies, do not inflict that much damage. As long as you're moving at 500 ms or more, that's the speed down here that you will find with your afterburner, the likelihood of you being able to not tank a high sec anomaly in this setup or a similar one, as I said, highly unlikely. Now what you want to do then with the cruiser is move into about a 2.5 kilometer range and switch over to the Gleam, and you'll see here the Gleam has an optimal range of within 6. So if you're moving around anywhere from 450 to 650, you should be able to maintain the optimal range, start doing some serious damage. You can see 541 there on the screen in front, 501, 672. Now with destroyers it can be a little more problematic, so you're going to go straight back out to a 15 kilometer orbit and move back over. Take out the destroyers first. Do not worry that there are 3 cruisers on the grid. The destroyers are your problem, and they're going to be the ones that are going to cause an issue. So get rid of them as quickly as you can. If they close that gap, destroyer versus destroyer, the damage is very touch and go. So get rid of those 2 first. So as that one's about to go down, you want to then switch over and go for a 5 kilometer orbit. But keep firing your longer range weapons until you're actually in range. As you can see, so you're inflicting huge damage, and when with this setup especially, when you get to within the 10 kilometer range, switch directly over. As you can see, took a rather large hit there, and go to town. And then select the next closest one and go to town. Keep moving. Do not sit still when engaging these targets, especially the higher ones here, as in the cruisers. Do not sit still. I believe that there is somebody else on grid here. So we have a site stealer, Apocalypse Navy issue. Fortunately, this does happen occasionally. There's really not much you can do about it. So essentially, just keep going with your site and hope that you know, keep doing what you want to do. But this does happen, and some people have no sense of propriety whatsoever when it comes to sites. And obviously this gentleman here, John Alexandero, is one of those that has absolutely no sense of propriety when it comes to sites. There is an etiquette involved when running sites. If you walk into a site and somebody's already there, the etiquette is to just move on. There is plenty of sites around. Unfortunately, some people do not follow that. There is now a third ship. But this is perimeter, so let's face it, that's fairly normal behavior. So yeah, keep taking out the cruisers and hope for the last faction. And obviously that didn't happen here, as you can see. So there you go. That's the Guristas Forlorn Hideaway, with the site attempting to be ninjaed by 2 people at once. Subscribe. See you soon.